I'd like to call the meeting to order. At this time, I'd like to have Bryce to lead us in the opening prayer.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this day. Thank you so much for allowing everyone to be here and gather together and guide them as they make decisions about this city. Lord, thank you so much for the council members that you've placed here. Also, thank you so much for our dedicated fire and law enforcement here in this city. They help and serve all of our community, God. Thank you so much for everything you do, and it's in your son's name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, Ms. Davis, would you please verify the roll?
Yes, we have 3 absent, Fredericks, Reeves, and Hubbard.
Okay. And Paige should be on her way. Okay, is there a motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting?
Okay.
Have a motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, next is the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the prepared agenda?
Second.
Motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Okay, next on the agenda, citizens' comments, and the comments should be no longer than 3 minutes in length and must pertain to city business. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address the council? If not, we will move on to our new business. And at this time, I would like to welcome Miss Molly Moore. Please come forward, Molly, and take a seat there. And you're welcome to have, if anyone else would like to come up and sit down with her, you're welcome. So Molly is here to talk about the possibility of doing a Girl Scout project to possibly, I know she's trying to move forward with a gold award. So thank you for coming, and I'm going to let you start there, Molly.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Molly Moore. I'm an ambassador from Girl Scout Troop 3091 of Girl Scouts Diamonds of Independence County Service Unit. I've been in Girl Scouts for about 13 years since kindergarten. As a Daisy Scout, I created my first Veterans Day project. Our troop contacted a local nursing home and obtained the dietary needs of every veteran in the center. We hand-baked and delivered the snacks and visited with everyone on our list. Outside of my family, the first veterans in our community that I met were Leonard Buskey, Cecil Knoll, and Edwin Vandenberg. That evening, I also learned enough sign language to communicate with an elderly lady that was deaf. As a Brownie Scout, I participated in my first U.S. flag ceremony. Our troop donated over 15 cases of cookies to local veterans at the Independence County Fair Veterans Memorial Service. As a first-year Junior Scout, I participated in a wreath-laying ceremony hosted by our local VFW post. During my second year, I participated in my first flag retirement ceremony. I was able to participate in this event a second time as a cadet. That time, my Uncle Harvey Moore traveled from South Arkansas to participate with me. One of my favorite memories was the time we were able to play bingo with our local veterans. I found no one gives a hug quite like an Independence County veteran, especially my dad. My goal as an ambassador scout remains the same as when I was a Daisy. I want to be known for more than cookies. I'm here tonight to present my Girl Scout Gold Award project. For the last few years, I've dreamed of being able to revitalize the Veterans Memorial Plaza to honor the veterans that live in our county and in my heart. It's been many years since the plaza has been operational. The fountains have fallen victim to time and weather. I propose that they each be filled in, covered with concrete, and the upper fountain will become the base for a pair of specially fabricated chess tables. All needed bricks will be replaced. New state and Palmilla flags will accompany an all-weather embroidered 5x8 American flag. The entire park will be professionally cleaned and brought back to its former glory. I have no plans to alter the current landscaping. My dear friend, Mr. Gary Sudol, has agreed to provide contractor services, and Mr. Fred Ely will fabricate and bring my chess tables and benches to life. He will also create plaques for every branch that will complement these tables. As a Girl Scout, I've earned numerous financial literacy badges. I'm fully prepared and able to manage all elements of the project, including financial, with the help of my team. No city assistance will be needed for my project. My Gold Award team consists of Gary Sudol, Trisha Cargill, Debbie McCluskey, and Anina Cozy. My Gold Award advisor is Brandy Henley. This team is a group I firmly believe will be able to enhance my leadership skills and help me accomplish my mission. I'm aware the Veterans Plaza is in the process of being relocated to Riverside. I'm confident this anticipated move will honor our veterans in a way Batesville has never seen. I, for one, am eager to see this project. In the meantime, I respectfully request the opportunity to honor these men and women with my Gold Award project. Please join me in this quest with your approving vote. Please honor them with me.
Okay, thank you, Molly. Very well done. So, you're not nervous, are you? Just a little bit. Well, the council asked me, said, did she bring Girl Scout cookies?
They're not in.
They were kind of excited about that, the Somalias and the Thin Mints and everything. So,
Those will be in
yeah.
February.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, this has been a good place to start selling them right here. Yeah, sure would have.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, and like I said, Molly had called. I visited with Molly's mother and had a good conversation with her, and we did discuss about the Veterans Plaza, that it is pretty much had been in disrepair. It's not really looking that good at this point. Of course, we did talk about that, and you brought that up in your presentation, that I know we had the veterans to come to us. I guess it was in the spring, about the spring of last year, and we approved them an area down at Riverside Park to build one. Number one, it's going to be something we're going to be extremely proud of. I don't think you can honor the veterans enough. I know Batesville High School, as they're doing the same thing, but it's for veterans from Batesville School District there. But we did talk about that, and I know Josh, we've been working with him, and he has already started working, and he is actually, I think, has over $30,000 already collected, for that park. And he's actually going to start actually raising more money. He's coming to a city-county connection meeting. The next meeting, I believe it's, it's the second Thursday in February for that. So at this time, Molly had talked about, she was wanting to kind of update everything, all the rock. We have a lot of the split face block that have come loose from there, and I'm sure, Gary, you've probably taken a good look,
Yes, sir.
At that, and it actually needs a good cleaning. But I wanted the council, she's presenting it to the council. I'm not the one who makes the full decision. It's my city council. And like I said, and one of the main reasons is the reason they wanted to move it is they wanted people to be able to walk through the new display, the Veterans Memorial Park, because there we've got one parking lot, but that is our property. It's a green space area, and it needs to be updated in some way. So I'm going to kind of open it up to the council and let you guys and maybe have a little discussion and see what your thoughts are.
Molly, as a veteran, I appreciate what you're doing, okay? If I understand what you read to us, 100% of this is going to be financed by your group?
Yes, sir. We are going to do a mix of community funding, individual funding, and funding from our cookie sales and from ourselves.
So there won't be any fundraising going on around the city asking for money to help with this project?
We're planning on asking a few bigger businesses that can afford it, and they can also write it off on their taxes and get that money back, I believe is how it works.
Okay.
But most of the people who are wanting to fund us have said that before we asked them, and they're really wanting to fund more the award than the project itself, so I've heard.
Okay. Do you plan on doing any maintenance on it in the future after you get it, if you get it all fixed up? Well, you don't have to answer that now, because I was just curious.
The ongoing community involvement primarily through the Girl Scouts, because the Girl Scouts also have to have continual hours to work on their own boards at different levels. So every level will be participating.
And of course, we will continue to maintain, the
Yeah, we
grass
will.
and the mow, which we've always done, so, in the past, so.
Has the Parks Director been consulted?
We have not, because it's actually Johnny Abbott has kind of been, the landscape, that has kind of been his area right there. It has not really been through Parks and Recreation as of such. But, I mean, that is something we could get it involved. We could have get a meeting, maybe with our Parks Director Lowen and maybe Johnny Abbott in there at the same time. And so they could sit down and discuss what's going to be there and how they're going to do it, and how they're going to approach it, timelines and all of that.
We did it the first time. It was pretty complex with the highway department,
Yes,
the state highway that close.
yeah. I know a lot of times when there is a project, even like fountains or just signage, we have to get on a state highway, we have to get their blessings. I cannot see it being, that big of a deal, really.
So those are, that don't know, it's where the water fountains used to be, right?
Sure,
But you
yeah.
gotta get the bubbles in the highway.
Yeah,
So we're
absolutely.
gonna do
Yeah.
away with the fountain.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And we've also already expressed to the new monument on the river, no water features. So,
Molly, I want to commend you on your efforts. You are a tremendous young lady. This is a the most worthwhile of projects. So I just have all the respect in the world for what you're trying to do. So thank you on behalf of the city. I would just one thing that I would encourage you to think about while you're doing this is, as we talked about, of course, it's very close to St. Louis Street. So we always want to be very mindful of safety. So anything that we're going to change, especially if we're trying to gear this towards more of the population actually physically visit the area, we just really want to be mindful of keeping people away from those streets. We'd hate to have someone hurt there. But again, thank you for all you're doing. I went by there today before this meeting, and gosh, it really does need it. So thank God for you. We appreciate you. Okay, you bet.
We just had this conversation in the car the other day, because I was telling the kids that there used to be bubbles in the road sometimes when I was a kid, and they're like, well, what's happening with it now? I'm like, I don't know, somebody needs to do something. And then we saw this, and I was like, oh, that's great. One thing I do want to ask, the chess tables that you're putting up there, are you wanting people to actually play chess, or are they just kind of a decorative memento, or are you wanting people to actually utilize those?
They're probably going to be a mix of both. They're going to be 2 tables. The benches themselves are going to be backed, and they're going to have USA on the back of them, on each of them. And like, we know older people tend to like chess, and they have a lack of things to do with their time since they're no longer working, and usually your veterans. So when you give them something fun to do that they can go and do with their friends, but it's also not big and crowded, and it's not something they have to do. So
Gotcha. And you're going to help design this to where it's safe
Yes,
and all
got some
that.
information if you guys would like to see it. And
Awesome.
a plan on that.
Yeah,
Some
sure.
costs.
That'd be great.
Thank you.
A simple project from our end. I've talked to Whitewood Materials, and they're going to go ahead and donate the fill and the concrete. The Green Tree Electric is going to do a full demo of all the electrical that's there, make sure the fountains are completely disconnected.
Here we go. We can share. Here you go, Paige. Yeah.
So, a lot of the panels that are there on the outside are obsolete. They're for the fountains, they can all be removed, and a smaller panel put there, all running conduit, just some floodlights that will go to the light bulb. Then there's some walkway lights. There's 250 blocks around there that need to be, the blocks are okay. It's just, it needs the old mortar chipped off and then the new mortar, just some tuck pointing that needs to be done. And there's maybe 35 blocks that need to be purchased that are broken that we'll get and replace. Power wash everything. And then, like I said, we will fill that and do about 3 inches of concrete on top of there since it's just for standing traffic. We do a brush finish so it's not slippy. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, pretty simple project as far as the construction part goes. Be a 2-man crew that will be working on the blocks, just mixing mortar and doing the blocks, taking about 2 days to do that. And then the first, like I said, the first step will be the electrical, getting all that done, and then we'll do block work and then fill the concrete.
Yeah. Molly, what is your time frame from start?
For starting, we're gonna hopefully start doing the actual work on it around the start of March if the weather permits it. Because if I remember correctly, you have to get the temperature right or else your concrete's gonna crack. And then we're hoping to have it finished by May before I graduate, but our absolute deadline is September.
Okay.
So what other discussion needs to be done with the other, do we need to talk to Parks and Rec? Do we need to?
We need to talk Park and Rec.
Yeah. I can get that, but I guess, I guess Molly's just kind of looking for our blessing, I guess, more than anything else, because, look like she's, it's not just a enormous project, but it's because you're volunteering your time, I'm assuming, and so you've got, you've done your homework on here, done a fantastic job getting all these numbers and everything together. And I know Eli, he does really good work, personalized things, like you said, the USA and all that. So, and like you said, I think we can all say it needs a facelift in the worst way. And we drive by there, and sometimes we just, like I said, needs to be taken care of. So why don't we do this right here? If we get all the, of course, we'll have another meeting in February, and why don't we do this? Why don't I arrange a meeting with our Parks Director and possibly Mr. Abbott? And that way, we'll try to do it during school so you can get out of school. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. We'll try to do that. That'll accommodate you maybe right after school. And let me visit with these guys. I have your contact, and I will get back with you. And then our first meeting in February, we'll come back and we'll come back and like I said, we're going to give this a real good look. But like I said, you've done a fantastic job.
Thanks.
So thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, next on the agenda, Chief Scarborough with Police Department report. And all the rest of you guys, you are welcome to stay here if you want to stay for the rest of the meeting, or if you like to leave. But like I said, you're welcome to stay. You're welcome to stay. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Thank you. Hey, thank you.
I'm not sure on how I'm supposed to follow that.
Well, I know it's going to be a tough act to follow, I promise you. Yeah, you may need to get Molly to come up and help you with it.
I really have nothing to add to the report unless you guys have questions. I have other stuff that's more important than this, but I mean, if you guys got questions, I'll answer the best I can.
It's a crowd. It was a crowd.
Ran everybody off.
I ran everybody off. So, we put in a request with Senator Bozeman's office earlier in the year to get appropriations money, and we were awarded $575,000. It's going to go towards our real-time crime center that we've been trying to build for 3 or 4 years. And also, there's some radio frequencies and radios we're going to purchase with that, and then there's some other stuff with Taser that we're going to purchase with this money. And we also had a generous donation, which I don't want to say it all yet because I don't think we're ready to release it all, but we did have a business in town that gave us a huge generous donation before the end of the year, and we were able to purchase some equipment. We're just waiting for the equipment to come in and do a joint press release with them. But so far, we've been pretty blessed in getting a lot of equipment that we've been lacking in needing. So future looks pretty good for us right now. So other than a tight budget this year, it is what it is. So
Absolutely. Any questions for the chief? We're glad
come
to see.
on, Rob.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
If you twist his arm.
Well, seriously, I do have a question. Wonderful getting that grant. Does it require any kind of match from us in order to, good,
from us.
Great. Good deal.
It's just free money. So
Yeah.
That's exactly the kind we like.
exactly.
You
Yeah.
bet. Yeah, good deal.
You bet. Chief, good to see you back on your feet.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Mr. Damon Johnson's city engineers report.
I'll pass out the pricing on our cemetery sewer project that we're getting ready to embark on. I talked about this a time or two, and I kind of had a bonehead moment in the December meeting. I needed to get y'all's approval in the December meeting to move forward with this, and I forgot. I talked about it, but that I didn't ask for the official a vote from you guys. It's just like any kind of contractual, we go out for bids or whatever. When we get the final price, I mean, the council has to approve it before we move forward. This is the last project that's required by our consent administrative order. And wonderfully, we went and presented to ADEQ, I think it was in November, and despite this work not being done, with all the other work we've been done, ADEQ has since issued a letter that says, once we complete this work, and we continue to document that with them, that we are released from our consent administrative order. So that is really good. That's good.
That's huge.
Huge,
Yeah.
right.
That's a huge step.
Kind of muddied two things there together. First and foremost, we need to get approval to execute this contract with in situ form, which this is a negotiated contract. We went through the buy board, which allows us to not go out to bid, which is actually a good thing in this situation because in situ form, most of this work is underground. It's we're not digging up. This is a project that primarily consists. There is some stuff that will have to be dug up, and we will find some lines that can't be repaired with trenchless technology. But basically, this is primarily a trenchless technology project, which basically means we go into a neighborhood, we work in manholes, all the work happens underground, and we don't have to dig up the world. And you don't want to entrust that work to somebody who's gone to a 6-week class and they started doing it 3 or 4 months ago. And that's, if you go out to the low bidder on a project like this, that might be who you get. In situ form is who invented the process. These are pre-negotiated prices that they have. If you're a member of the buy board, you can, and then we actually, based on quantity, negotiated them down from their set price that they start with. So this is a very good price. We've compared it to other projects. We're happy about it. We're ready to get started, but we can't start until I get a blessing from the city council that says move forward. So if y'all don't mind doing that. Another thing, we are paying for this out of our cash reserves, utility cash reserves. That's, I mean, if you notice, it's $6.2 million. That's why, you know, there are times where people might say, oh my goodness, the utility has these large sums of money. Well, this is why. Because these projects, there's another project at wastewater that we're looking at that's probably going to be a $12 or $15 million project, and my intent is not to borrow money to do that work. We may consider that, but we'll see. It keeps our rates lower when we don't owe anybody any money. So in the long term. So we'll get to that some other time, but we have plenty of money to pay for this right now, and it should take them about 10 or 12 months to get all the work done citywide. So I guess if y'all have any questions, we can discuss them. If not, I'd like to ask y'all to approve us to move forward with this.
Do we need to make the motion by project number, or how do you want to do it?
You can just make a motion
As submitted?
to execute the proposal with in situ form for the
Okay.
sewer rehab work.
Okay, so we'll make a motion to proceed with the sewer rehab program.
Yep.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign.
Okay, tomorrow, Mayor, I'll get you to sign this and we'll,
Okay. All
we'll
right.
get that going. Our crews are preparing equipment right now for the potential impending weather next week, or the middle of the week, over the weekend. I was kind of crossing my fingers we weren't going to have to get that stuff out this year, but I guess we are. The water treatment project is going on schedule right now. If you look, down at the river, the cofferdam is being installed, and they will dry that up and begin installing the piping and the intake where the actual structure where the water will be pulled in from the river and then up through the pumps, where the pump building will sit up on the bank there. The Parks project is making really good progress there. This kind of nice, dry, mild, early winter has really let them get almost ahead of schedule in a lot of ways, which is really good. The building, they're about to start putting the roof on the event center, and they're going to start closing it in, you know, promptly after that. So that we're seeing lots of good progress there. Other than that, I don't really. We're preparing to. I'm working with Johnny Coles, and we've got a couple little kind of big projects that we need to do next year, and kind of working on thinking those through and planning those out, and trying to get ready to start good working season.
Okay, any questions?
David,
Comments?
you have any update on the Bethesda water situation?
So we
the app today. Sent in the app today.
So basically, the Bethesda Water Board and the City Council basically both passed resolutions for Batesville to take over Bethesda Water. Now, after that, Tim has been working diligently on the application to Arkansas Natural Resources Division, who oversees water providers in the state, essentially requesting that Bethesda Water be dissolved and Batesville Water take that over. That will be under their review, hopefully not for long. I don't know. They do have like an open comment period that they will at some point initiate, that will give other water utilities the opportunity to chime in, I guess, if they have a comment about that. But other than that, I think that's all we're waiting on. It's just kind of the bureaucracy to work its I don't know how long that will take.
I talked with a couple of people and they're excited.
Yeah.
And they're looking forward to it. And I understand the vote out there is 50-1.
Yeah, it was, and we're excited for them to come on as customers, and we'll take good care of them, just like we try to take care of ours and Popper's customers, so. And they'll be Batesville water. If this goes as expected, Bethesda water will dissolve. Any other questions?
Two unrelated questions. Any update, any changes with the Cushman situation?
Not to my knowledge. I think they've got a project in progress to replace, their service lines from the main to the meter, which it's my understanding is they can think it's old, kind of fragile line and have a lot of leaks there. Expect a pretty good significant impact on their water loss when they get that project done. And then I think they're working on, it's not in the construction phases yet to my knowledge, another project of a large transmission line where they connect to Batesville and go into their system. There's a section of line they're struggling with. Every time they fix it, it just breaks and creates a new leak. And so I think they're looking at a line replacement project there based on what Mr. Hatfield has conversations we've had. I don't know a timeline on that. The report is in my inbox for the last month and I hadn't opened it yet. So I can't tell you if in the last 30 days, if their losses or if their sales have gone adjusted much yet or not, but I can tell you tomorrow or later.
Any idea approximately what their balance is at this point?
I'd have to look at the spreadsheet again, but it's, north of $1 million, maybe 1.2 or so, somewhere.
And then a trivial thing, I've had quite a few people here recently, and this may be a code enforcement, I'm not really sure where this falls, trash, as far as people not bagging trash, overfilled trash containers, things falling out on the streets and sidewalks, so on and so forth. Do we have any sort of enforcement mechanism? I know that's really tough to do.
Well, it is. We do. So we kind of have like regulations about the trash pickup, and you're not supposed to have heaping trash,
Right.
and the trash pickup driver is supposed to kind of issue a communication, and if it's too overflowing, not pick it up. That's kind of the enforcement is you're in worse shape now because you didn't get your trash picked up.
That doesn't work because then they just set it out in the road beside the trash can.
Right. Yeah. And so that, and that doesn't, we won't pick it up if it's not in the can. And I know sometimes the trash man probably tries to pick it up when something trying to do a good job and things fall out. I don't even know that he always notices that it falls out, but, yeah, I'll visit with, some of our folks and maybe see if we can't do a better job of, we need to notify people like, hey, this ain't gonna work, because when it goes to dump and it's over full, things fall out the side and then there's trash in
Isn't
the
it supposed
street.
to be bagged?
It is supposed to be bagged.
The lid is supposed to
Yeah.
be closed.
Yeah.
The lid is supposed to be closed, and what is the second can?
Oh, I don't know how much.
How much is the second
Like
can?
$7 and something.
Yeah.
It's about $7.
I thought it was less than 10.
It seemed like at one time, like I said, it's been a while since we started it, but we did offer the second one for $7, and it seemed like maybe we had a tag or something that the driver could put on.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we do
one
have
thing, like I
that.
said, if the driver gets out of his truck, one reason we did that, more workman comps claims occur when you're getting in and out of a vehicle,
And there's only one
especially a
of it.
large vehicle. And it's almost, some people really, and I have to say that one of mine, mine does not shut totally. I have to sit on the lid sometimes, but we do need to be, because I've noticed this in my neighborhood, that we may have a consistent neighbor that stacks it up every time. that individual at least
to get a
needs to
second.
consider that $7
Yeah.
because not only one thing, we have to pay for our, our fee,
I don't know
our
that some
tipping,
people
the
realize they
tipping
can get a
fee.
second trash can because we have 2 trash cans and our neighbors were like, how'd you get 2 trash cans? I'm
Yeah,
like,
and we probably need to publicly say that
Yeah.
there is another trash can. We need to communicate better, I guess, more than anything else. Revisit it like we are right now.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can stress that, I mean, we're not trying to gouge anyone, but, we want everybody to be a good neighbor and kind of do the right thing. So,
Rick,
and I appreciate you bringing that up.
Rick, I had at the city here print the instructions in Spanish about what you should do. And you can go up down Bates Street now, and everybody takes a can back like they should. Almost not doing it, or the English-speaking people. But seriously, they didn't know that.
They didn't know.
24 hours
Absolutely.
before.
Well, like I said, I think it's about communication,
Yeah.
and that was a good way to communicate with
Well, I
them.
passed out about 20 of those little circlers put on their can, and now they do it.
Appreciate you bringing that up.
All right, good.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda is consider an ordinance adopting the rules and procedures for the transaction of business of the council for the city of Batesville. Would someone like to introduce the ordinance?
I will.
Is there a motion to read the ordinance by title only?
so moved. Second.
Have motion of second. Cast your votes, council. Okay, Mr. Branson?
Sir, an ordinance adopting rules of procedure for the transaction of business of the council for the city of Batesville, Arkansas, and for other purposes.
Any discussion? Not, is there a motion to further suspend the rules and waive the second and third readings?
So moved.
Motion of second. Please cast your votes. Do we have a motion to adopt the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Please cast your votes. Okay, there is an emergency clause. Mr. Meitzen, would you please read?
Yes, sir. Due to the nature of this ordinance concerning the governing of transactions of business, it is in the best interest of the public's health, safety, and general welfare, and timeliness of said ordinance being of the utmost importance, and emergency is hereby declared, and this ordinance shall be in full force and effect as of the date of its passage.
Thank you. Is there a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
So moved. Second.
Motion of second. Please cast your votes. Okay. Okay, next is consider an ordinance waiving the requirements of competitive bidding during the calendar year of 2026 on the purchase of certain items. And I'd like to also tell everybody that we do, even though there is not bids on these certain items we're going over, we always try to check and see what the best bang for the buck. So if it's fuel, so like I said, we always try to do our homework. We just don't take the first price on something. So would someone like to introduce the ordinance?
I will.
Is there a motion to read the ordinance by title only?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Please cast your votes. Okay, Mr. Meitzen?
Yes, sir. An ordinance waiving the requirements of competitive bidding during the calendar year of 2026 on the purchases of used equipment, motor fuel, SB2, hot mix asphalt, cold mix asphalt, water treatment, processed chemicals, Badger radio read meters, property insurance, and employee health insurance, declaring emergency and for other purposes.
Okay, is there a motion to further suspend the rules and waive the second and third readings?
Motion.
Second.
Please cast your votes.
Motion carried.
Okay, is there a motion to adopt the ordinance?
So moved. Second.
Please cast your votes. There is an emergency clause. Mr. Meitzen?
Yes, sir. These purchases would be in the best interest of the public's health, safety, and general welfare, and the timeliness of said purchases being in the utmost importance and competitive bidding being non-feasible and non-practical, and emergency is hereby declared, and this ordinance shall be in full force and effect as of the date of its passage.
Is there a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
So moved. Second.
Please cast your votes. Okay, thank you. Okay, this is consider an ordinance to amend ordinance 2025-12-01 due to a Scrivener error. Would someone like to introduce the ordinance?
Will.
Is there a motion to read the ordinance by title only?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Please cast your votes. Okay, Mr. Meitzen? Oh, I'm sorry.
Julie.
Yes, sir. An ordinance to amend ordinance 2025-12-01 due to scrivener's error and for other purposes.
Any further discussion? Not, is there a motion to suspend the rules and waive the second and third readings?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, please cast your votes. Okay, there's not a mercy clause on this. Good. Is there a motion to adopt the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Please cast your votes. Okay, we have executive session. Is there a motion to enter into the executive session for appointment purposes?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like signs.
We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the council meeting.
Executive session, and at this time we have some appointments, and I will start with the Historic District Commission. We have a reappointment.
Yes, Dr. Terrell Tebbets, and it looks like his term will be expiring in 2026 on the 8th. It already expired, so we need to reappoint him.
Okay. So we have a motion.
Second.
And a motion and a second. Ms. Hinkle, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, and Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, Mr. Krug.
Okay, we have three. One is Dr. Sarah Walker, Constance Johnson, and Chris Hill.
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second for those three appointees for the Parks Advisory Board. If there's not any further discussion, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, and the next one is the A&P, Mr. Roberts.
All right. Have a recommendation for reappointment of three positions to the A&P Commission. Those are Miss Beth Christian to a 4-year term, Miss Monica Griffin to a 2-year term, as well as Miss Pam Palermo to a 2-year term.
Okay, not any further discussion. Have a motion on this and a second. And all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, next is 2025 financials. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to contact myself or Ms. Davis, and we'll move right into mayor comments. Our next meeting is February. I also have, I think, a tourism conference in there. Would everyone be good to move our, have one meeting in February? If it's a short month, it would be February the 17th.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a Tuesday. Does it, would that be okay with everyone? And if we have to have one before, then we'll look at that 10th before that. But right now, I would like to see the 17th, and I'd like to see if we can get a motion.
So moved. Motion to move the city council meeting, one meeting on the 17th.
17th.
Second.
Motion a second. Mr. Krug, any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, by the way, Happy New Year to everybody. I mean, it's been a little later, but we've had some challenges. We had a good municipal league conference last week for those that attended, and there'll be another one in June, so we'll try to get those out. I think they're asking for us to commit here fairly soon, so we'll be getting that out as well to everyone. So a lot of good programs. Okay, let's go on to liaison reports. Okay, council comments, Ms. Davis.
Ms. Bennett?
None.
Ms. Hinkle? None. Ms. Hubbard?
None.
Mr. Krug?
None.
Mr. Moody?
None.
Mr. Roberts?
None.
Okay, with that being said, if no further business. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. We are adjourned.